Annalisa Pittman,
Jonathan Goldman.
Hillary Adams.
Kathy Pease,
Rick Beach.
And I'm Amanda Pittman, and this is my speech on the culture of thinness and why you should stop it before it gets to be too detrimental for our young girls. Fatty, thunder thighs, lard butt. These are all insults that any overweight young child is familiar with. The converse is also true. Any underweight child, especially one who has just gone through puberty, and especially a female, is praised for being very thin, and they're considered thus to be beautiful. And this is so detrimental to us because 90% of all girls diagnosed with anorexia are diagnosed before the age of 20, and less than 10% are diagnosed before the age of 10. Since 1930, there has been an increase every decade of the rate of anorexia in young girls, and between 1988 and 1993, the rate of bulimia has more than tripled. I myself was a victim to this. When I was a young girl, I was teased for being overweight, but one experience in particular sticks out to me. I was 11 years old, and there was something wrong with my eye, so I went to an eye doctor. He didn't know what was wrong with me, but he looked me up and down before looking me in the eye and saying, "You want to lose weight, right?" He then prescribed some pills. I was 11 years old. This and several other things led me to develop bulimia, but fortunately I, unlike many and most of the girls who develop eating disorders, recovered from it. This is because our culture of thinness, mostly reinforced by the media, has put it into the girls' heads that it is normal to diet, and it is perfectly acceptable to be very thin, and it is desirable to be unnaturally thin. In this speech, I'll tell you exactly why this is so detrimental, what it's caused by, and what we can do to change it. When I was little, I'd come home from school after spending the day looking through fashion magazines and reading tips on diets in magazines. I turned on the TV, where it was farther reinforced that my worth as a person should be based off of my body, and if my body was not very thin, then I was not worth it. If you look at any of the most influential women out there, you see all of them have dieted. Even Oprah, who we consider so powerful and so feminist, she dieted too, and that was everywhere. Now, it might even be caused by parents. They don't intend to do it, but in this 1999 study by Lack, Levine, and Shermer, they found that of the 5th grade girls who thought they were fat, and who weren't, had a normal BMI, body mass index, over 90% of them had parents who were dieting, so it was natural for them to mimic it. Take a look at the images in front of you. The first is Marilyn Monroe. She's 5'5" and 140 pounds. This is your average woman today. Turn the page. That is the average anorexic. It's horrifying, terrifying. You turn the page one more time. That is your average model. She's 5'10" and 110 pounds with an anorexic BMI. Yet that's what we consider beautiful, and that's what we tell our young girls that is beautiful. And they're listening. Teen Magazine in 2003 reported that 35% of girls ages 6 through 12 had dieted. And 50 to 70% of normal weight girls ages 15 to 19 thought that they were fat. Now, it's very important, as I just said, to destroy this idea. But what exactly did it do to you? Consider the physical ramifications of eating disorders. Bulimics may encounter heart attacks or teeth decay, and they might rupture their esophagus. Whereas anorexics have insomnia. They oftentimes have osteoporosis, arthritis, diabetes, and if they even make it later in life, their bones can warp. Unfortunately, not all of them do. 6 to 20% die as a result from the disease, and that's not including suicides. Unfortunately, many women who struggle with anorexia throughout their life kill themselves. Even if it's not that severe, even if it's normal, a woman may encounter yo-yo dieting throughout her life, which leads to poor body image and low self-esteem. This is for their entire life, and our society accepts that as normal. So obviously, it's extremely important to do this, but what can we do? It's actually really simple. We just need to teach young girls and teach ourselves, change our ingrained image, that all body types are beautiful. That unnatural thinness is not important, but health is. Healthy is beautiful. We need to attack the media and protest the use of extremely thin girls as our body image models. We need to teach about healthy eating and why it's healthy. And most importantly, you need to do the little things, like never using food to reward or punish, or not using weight to compliment or insult. simple, and it should be simple. Because all we have to do is really teach our girls that everyone is beautiful. Fight the media, yes, but if we can overcome this, then we'll have a healthy, basically beautiful society. And it really is that simple. It would prevent the horrible eating disorders. It would prevent the constantly diet and healthy woman from having low self-esteem. And it would prevent us, ourselves, our wives, our sisters, our girlfriends, our daughters, the little girl with a smile on her face and the skin knees, from thinking that she's fat, from thinking that she's ugly, and from unfortunately developing these diseases. And this is very important that we stop our society, our world, from killing our young girls.